today's guest. He's kind of a big deal. He just wheeled his '99 Camaro to the CAM-T class win at a little event in Lincoln, Nebraska, known as the SCCA Solo Nationals. Congrats on that for sure. We're going to hear all about it, I'm sure. He's raced at UMI, the Camp Challenge, LS Fest, Camaro Fest, and I'm sure there's plenty others out there. Probably got plenty of trophies to show for it too. Uh, I'm excited to talk to you today. Welcome to the show, JJ.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yep. So, um, I know Brian Uccello. I met him a while
Oh
back,
yeah.
and he always brags on you how great of a driver you are. And um, I've kind of started paying attention since then, and obviously, have done well. So, I'd like to find out how long ago you started and how long you've had this car, and we can just kind of cover what the car is as well. So,
Sure.
yeah.
So I started back in, well, what was it, 2010 with the local St. Louis SCCA. Um, what really got me interested was I did it with a couple of friends back in high school and just did it once or twice. Didn't really have a good car to autocross back then, but then I picked up this Pontiac G8 and I'm like, man, this thing handles really good. So
Hmm.
I'm like, hey, let's try it out at the autocross and see how it does. And then I got hooked. I started buying wheels and tires for it and suspension and all that, just slippery slope.
Of course.
Um, so yeah, like any hobby is.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I got hooked. Drove that car for like 3 or 4 years. Then went to a Mitsubishi Evo for 1 year, and then switched over to a WRX for about 3 years, and started seeing a little bit of success at the Solo Nationals in the WRX.
Oh.
The first time I trophied
Mm.
was in the WRX at Solo Nationals. Um, and then decided I want to get back into rear wheel drive again and found this car up in Massachusetts of all places. It was an ESP Camaro and ended up buying that thing. We drove up for vacation and
Drove it all
ended
the way.
up buying, talked my wife into letting me go up on our vacation to buy a car. And then, so we're driving about an hour back and we didn't even have a trailer to haul it. I had the truck,
Uh,
but didn't have a trailer to haul it. And so we stopped at a place in Massachusetts, ended up buying a trailer in Massachusetts, got her all hooked up, threw the car on there, and it's been downhill ever since. So,
Man, that's my kind of vacation there.
oh yeah, for sure. So I've
Uh,
had that car like 8 years now, I guess.
okay. So was it pretty set up before when it was ESP
Um,
car?
yeah, it wasn't 100%
Mm.
set up for ESP, but it had like a lot of the suspension stuff that you could do to the car already done. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. Obviously, once I moved it, I did only 1 year in ESP, and then switched the car over to CAM classes right after that. And at that time, the car was in CAM-C with the newer
Oh yeah.
Mustangs and Camaros.
Mm.
So started upgrading some more of the parts with the UMI, you know, like their track K member and doing some other stuff like that, and then finally upgraded shocks and just kept on developing the car over the years and was seeing some success with the Camaro in the CAM classes and started trophying in the CAM-C classes. There was 1 year, I think I was only on 275 Bridgestones at the time. And this is when everybody was running the 335 BFGs on the car. And I just didn't have the wheel to run that big of a tire. So here I am at Solo Nationals in a 50 plus field, of drivers, all these great drivers. And here I am after day one sitting in second place by a
Wow.
10th. And I'm just like,
That's
oh
crazy.
my gosh, yeah, it was crazy. And then there's like a pattern here for a little while. It's like in Solo Nationals, I just could never put it together on day two.
Mm.
And so it always kind of frustrated me. So I ended up slipping back to six, but I was still, yeah, was it sixth or maybe fourth that year? I think it was sixth. So anyway,
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good. I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great talented drivers out there. So to be able to do that, so I was pretty happy with that. So the car was definitely going in the right direction and just kept getting crazier and crazier with stuff, upgrading the engine and transmission and rear. I mean, it's all completely redone in the car. So,
Mm. Do you
but
on a 315 now?
Actually, I'm still only on a 295, but I'm on an 18 by 12 wheel on all
Uh,
four corners. So I really like the Bridgestone tire. And
mm,
I heard through the rumor mill, Bridgestone is discontinuing the RS
I
and
heard
are
that.
coming out with an RZ tire now. So I'm excited to see. I'm
Mm,
hoping it performs as well and comes up to temp as quick as the RS tires do. So we'll
mm.
see. But they're supposedly going to offer those in 315, possibly 335s. So we'll see.
Okay.
So
I run a 295 also, Bridgestone. I got it on a 10.5 inch wheel though.
yeah,
So is it tire look pretty stretched on a 12?
it's a little stretched. Yeah, I have to run the 35 sidewall just so it would, so there's enough sidewall for it to fit it on that 12-inch wheel. But man, I'll tell you, it's those tires are super happy on that 12-inch wheel. I mean,
Hmm.
it's handles like it's on rails for sure.
How much? Well, I know sometimes pressure is a secret, but if it's not a secret, how much tire
Um,
pressure you run?
I'm running 25, 26 PSI all the
Oh,
way. So
dang. That's like pretty low. I run a lot because
yeah.
other it rolls the tire over.
Well, and that's the thing with being so stretched. That's the nice thing is you can get away with running that lower
Oh,
tire
true.
pressure.
He has no room for it to fold over.
Nope.
At least it's not debeating, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
I'm using all the tire.
all the tires. Yeah, yeah. You get an advantage of the edges are now on the ground.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that same advertisement or whatever it was about the tire changing, and I kind of almost immediately thought, oh, maybe they'll go be a little cheaper when they start to get rid of the REs. So, uh, yeah, who knows? I'll definitely scoop some up if they're ever go on sale.
Oh yeah, I was kind of curious. I was going to go to Tire Rack and see if they were selling them, if they're discounting them just to start clearing the inventory out or not.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's what they did with the Falcons when the new
Yep,
660 pluses came
yep,
out. Yeah, they were like, I mean, heck, if you run them, you might as well pick them up while they're cheap,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Scoop them up while you can, get a good deal on them.
Yeah. So what's the those cars came with torque arms, didn't they?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, factory torque arm.
All right.
So yeah, I had a when I bought the car, the guy had some BMR suspension on, but since then it's got all UMI suspension on it now. The one thing that I did do is I got my hands on uh, a decoupled torque arm for the car that's supposed to it
Hmm.
allows the torque arm to move up and down as you're driving. So when you're going into corners, it acts like if you ever seen the old style ladder bars with like the rubber snubber on,
Hmm.
it, that's what it kind of looks like underneath there. So when I'm accelerating, it's using that snubber to take off some of the shock to keep from blowing the tires off when you're accelerating. And then
Hmm.
when you're braking, the torque arm will decouple and lower away from the car, and it makes the back end of the car squat to give you better braking geometry for the car also. So that made a huge improvement. I've had that on the car for the last, probably 2 years now. So
Is that a
uh,
UMI product too?
that is not. That
Oh,
is
okay.
made by Unbalanced Engineering, and they only made it in batches. They were selling the heck out of it for the longest time, and then now the only way you can get one is if you get like a group order. They get at least I think they have to have 10 orders in order to make another round of them. So
Hmm. So the actual torque arm itself has that big rubber bushing
yeah,
in it.
right at the very front of it. So
Really? I've never
yeah.
seen that before. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And it works great. So,
Huh. You'd think if they sold the heck out of them, why wouldn't they
oh
keep
yeah,
making them?
I know, yeah, it's kind of, I know it's just time consuming and I guess there's a lot of time and materials tied up into it, so they want to make sure that it didn't have a lot of inventory sitting around or anything. So I think they just kind of did it that way to prevent, being out of money for a
Yeah.
long period of times. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people were interested in getting them. So I just got lucky. I bought one and then I installed it. I wasn't sure if I had it installed right, and I ended up so I just pulled it back out of the car and sold it, and then put my regular torque arm back in there, and then ended up and then a few years later, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try and see if I can find one again. And I got a hold of the owner of Unbalanced Engineering. He goes, I just happen to have a guy that is looking to sell one off of his track car. And goes, I'll inspect it, make sure it looks good. If it looks good, I'll, get it to you. So
Hmm.
that's what ended up happening. It all ended up working out. So,
Was it a noticeable difference when you put it on?
oh yeah, there was a rain event and I mean, I could bury my foot in the brakes and without it, getting into anti-lock, it just really made the car squat, on the
Hmm.
back end and definitely noticed a big difference with it. So,
I'll be darned. So are the regular, I guess it'd be like the lower arms, those are just the same still?
yep, yep, lower
Yeah.
control arms
Yeah.
still doing their thing. So, nothing special with that. So,
I'm gonna have to Google that up to see that. I've never heard of it before.
and
Definitely a rare item, I guess, out there.
oh yeah, the cool thing also is like the drag racers always want a short torque arm.
Mhm.
And that's what this is it's actually a shorter torque arm, so it's supposed to provide better suspension, better squat for traction,
Accelerating.
accelerating and stuff. So,
Yeah, that's pretty
so
awesome.
all kinds of cool things,
Yeah. Did that
about it.
bolt into the factory pickups being shorter? Did they have
Yeah,
like bracketry to extend the mounting point?
so it ties into there's like a cross brace underneath the Camaro that they tie into, but you drill a couple additional holes to help there's like a chassis mount that bolts to the body,
Mm-hmm.
and then the torque arm bolts to the axle, and
Mm-hmm.
then it kind of all connects together into that chassis mount
Yeah,
underneath the car.
nice, nice. And then all the UMI stuff and up front's just like factory bolted in parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all tubular control arms.
Mm.
Rod, everything's rod end. I mean, it's not built for comfort for sure. So,
Yeah, you know, is those cars have struts on them? Huh? Yeah, 99. They would have struts,
no,
huh?
the 99s, the fourth gens have a double A arm
Really?
suspension in the front. Yeah, so the third gens they went to a strut, and
Mm.
then when they went to the fourth gens, they changed it back to double A arms up front.
Hmm. Didn't know that.
Yep.
Sounds like those cars were made to be autocross cars.
Oh yeah, they are.
You know?
It is such a great platform. We're in the process of building a second car right now, another fourth gen. So
Uh, what? Well, how can you make it better than what you got?
we're putting an IRS in this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are
So
you
we're
retrofitting something else into it, or?
yeah, it's gonna have some good friends of mine, Alan and Adam Schoonamaker. They own Schoon's Hot Rods down in North Carolina.
Mhm.
Uh, really great people. They developed a IRS system for the third and fourth gen Camaros. They actually have one in Jinx Jordan's third gen,
Mhm.
and yeah, we were neck and neck at SCCA Nationals this year with that car, um, going into the second day. So,
Hmm.
uh, so yeah, so this car is, I'm actually trying to figure out a date here within the next month to drive down to North Carolina and drop the car off to them and start that process, get that going. So
Does it use like modern Camaro IRS parts?
so it uses all C5.
C5s.
Control arms and everything, but it uses the Camaro C5 or not C5, fifth gen Camaro differential
Yeah, yeah.
housing.
That's cool. Yeah. Did they have to
So,
cut the car up much to mount that in there?
no, not really.
Really?
So if there's a video out there, I think it's by Heights. I think Heights makes a IRS for that car also.
Mhm.
And if you watch their video of how they put the IRS in, it's basically the same thing. But the nice thing with their setup is the control arms all mount to their cradle. That they make a custom cradle for it.
Mhm.
And so when you want to drop the back end, you can drop the whole cradle and it'll drop all the suspension and everything. You don't have to unbolt any suspension except I don't even think it's the shock. I don't even think you have to even undo the shock. So basically, you can drop the whole cradle without unbolting any suspension.
That,
So
that'd be nice. Well, hopefully you
yeah,
don't need to do that very often, but
yeah,
if you
exactly.
do,
So,
you put
but
a dry brake on your brake line, and then you just gotta
yeah,
disconnect the drive shaft,
yeah,
drop it all out. Uh,
yeah. It's gonna be a pretty sweet setup. So I'm excited to see it. So when they get it all done.
yeah. Are you planning to, I guess, make it lighter? I don't. Are you at minimum weight now?
No, I'm at my current car is 30 32.75 without me in it. So it can definitely go on a diet for a lot of the racing bodies like SCCA.
Mm,
3180 is the minimum for with me in the car. So it
right.
definitely can go on more of a diet. So the new car is definitely we're looking at trying to drop more weight out of the car, at least get close to the minimum, and then same way with like the UMI events, just try and get close to that minimum weight. So I
Mm,
think there's like 30, it depends. I think for Muscle on the Mountain, it's like 3250 or something like that. And then for King of the Mountain, I'll never get close enough for that one. I think that's like 2900 with
right.
driver. So that car will never see that.
No. See, so what's the plan for dropping weight? Carbon fiber
Oh
parts?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm getting ready to make another carbon fiber roof for this car. It's a hardtop car,
Mm,
so we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna try and do the majority of the panels and carbon fiber
yeah.
doors and everything.
Mm. Those cars
So
had plastic fenders, didn't they?
yes,
Okay.
yep. So I'm gonna flare the fenders in the rear quarters a little bit to accept I'll probably be running 18 by 13s in the rear on that car. So,
Hmm. Man, that's
but
gonna be cool. What are you gonna do for engine?
I'm gonna take the LS7 that I put in this car. I'm gonna drop that into the new car,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna take my old stroked 6 liter and put it back in my black car,
Okay.
or
You,
sell it possibly. We're not sure yet.
yeah. You run a T56?
Currently, yeah,
Yeah.
Magnum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you gonna put like a TKX in a new car? Cut down on weight?
No, not. I'm going a little bit the opposite direction. I'm actually going to
Yeah.
go with the 8 HP
8 HP. Yeah.
70, yep, and
Yeah.
drop that in there. So, um, do the I'm doing the poor man sequential.
I love the irony behind. I'm obviously a Mopar guy, right? So
Yep,
I've lived through everybody saying that Chrysler had terrible transmissions,
yep.
through the 70s and 80s, 90s, and now everybody wants a Chrysler
Oh
transmission.
yeah, yep,
Actually, I guess to be fair, it's not a Chrysler transmission; it's a ZF. So
yeah.
that's how bad they were
But
at making
but it came,
transmissions. They had to get somebody else to do
at least
it.
came in the Dodges. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Well, it came in a few cars too.
yeah, BMW also.
And I think the guy that does the LOJ conversions guy. I think he makes a kit, and I think he was just showing it that Jaguar used the 8 HPs
I
too,
think you're right.
and
I
it
think
was a
there
lot
was,
more compact.
yeah.
So, is that big hefty transmission gonna fit in a tunnel, you think?
It does. It's actually one of my friends, Rob Terrian. He was looking at putting 8 HP in, and he actually, I believe he's an engineer, and he was taking measurements of the T56 and of the 8 HP, and he goes, it'll fit in there no problem. He's like,
Hmm.
it's almost the same dimensions as a T56.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I guess so. As you were saying, I was thinking those cars came with T56s, didn't they?
yep,
Yeah, so it was already a big fat tunnel anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, you got the easy button so far.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness. Um, so what computer are you going to use for that?
Um, I'm probably going to end up going with the Haltech. I know
Okay.
a lot of people are swearing by using the Max ECU because you can actually run the transmission control off of the Max ECU also.
Mm,
But my plan is I'm probably going to use the Haltech and then use the Turbo Lamic transmission control unit to control the transmission because it's like once you got a wire in this little PCB board in there, once you do that on the transmission, it's literally plug and play at that point.
mm,
So,
yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the new thing too. I just actually learned of that not long ago that now you're basically doing that. I think it's just more you're taking the computer out of the transmission. It's more like just a jumper
right,
for
yeah,
the terminals, right?
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, which is genius. Man, people are so smart these days with
Yeah,
that
I'm
stuff.
telling you. Yeah, I'm glad somebody smarter than me is figuring this all out. So,
Yeah. Now there's no way in hell I'd want to tune a transmission.
yeah,
That'd be a quick way to burning up a expensive transmission.
I do have a DCT transmission I was looking at putting in the car,
Hmm,
and some friends of ours, Smitty's Customs,
hmm,
uh, his son has a DCT in his third gen Camaro, and they just had some issues and stuff. They're doing all the tuning and everything. They're working with a programmer trying to get that all sorted out and stuff. And I'm just like, I think I'm just gonna go with the AHP at this point and call it good.
do they have uh the would you say Motec? Oh, Haltech.
Oh yeah.
Do they
Oh,
have like pre-configured transmission controls in there?
no, the big thing with the Haltech is it has the CAN bus on it
Hmm.
um, that will talk that talks with the Turbolamic TCU.
Okay.
So it works out a lot easier having the CAN inputs and stuff on the Haltech. Now, like the only reason I was kind of looking at Holly, but Holly doesn't do any CAN. So, but I know somebody actually was working on writing the Holly system to where it will send data to the Turbolamic control unit. So I think they got that working, but I don't know if they have that 100%, all the
So
bugs
the
worked out of it.
turbolamic's actually the ECU also, besides the little part you put in the
Yeah,
transmission.
the Turbolamic's strictly the transmission control unit.
Okay. And does that come pre-configured?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
got
have to.
like eight different drive modes. Like if you wanted a single in the first drive mode, it's fully automatic and does all the shifting for you. And
Hmm,
then like if you go to eight, the eight highest driving mode, it's like fully manual, full track mode at that point. And
hmm,
then it's got, all the niceties with launch control and um, all that good stuff. And then
right.
with the Haltech, you can do the traction control with it too.
Hmm. And the rev match probably on downshifts and all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
does all that stuff.
The throttle
So
blip. Yeah.
yep.
That's It's pretty cool. You're gonna have to get like a 276 rear gear. That first gear in those things is
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I
low.
heard that. Yeah. Yep.
Otherwise, first gear would be useless.
Yep.
Um, they had a guy at Mo Party, maybe more than one. You know David Crook with the yellow Super Bee?
Oh yeah. Yep.
He he was saying his car couldn't decide if it wanted to be in second or third on autocross. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
I've been playing with the ratios on some calculators and stuff. So I'm trying to, you know, figure out that rear end gear ratio that's gonna where you can pretty well keep it in second most of the time and not have to shift it to third. So I think I got a ratio figured out. Uh, and then the third gear should only come into play when you get into higher speeds,
Mm,
like above 60 or whatever. So
no. Yeah, I think, his car's a whole new setup, and he had changed the rear gear from what he had in the past, and that's why it
yeah,
was, I guess, having a hard time deciding where it wanted to be.
Right.
I don't know that he's got paddles to hold it in a gear or not. I don't know. So,
Yeah, I'll have paddles and a stick shift probably. Just
mm.
gotta keep a stick in there because it just looks cooler with the having a
you,
stick in it.
you don't want the little knob.
Yeah. Well, the other cool thing with the Turbo Lamic is you can actually run a simulated clutch pedal in it, which was kind of cool. You can actually drive it like a clutch. You can push the clutch in, it'll totally disengage the transmission, and a lot of drifters use that to clutch kick the car to get to initiate a burnout or whatever. So,
Man, you're
which is
teaching me
kind
all
of
kind of stuff
interesting.
today.
Oh yeah,
I've never been an automatic kind of guy, so I never really looked into them much, but I do know they're becoming a favorite of a lot of people.
yeah.
So, and there's so many people making adapters for them now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's crazy. People wanting, they're making Mopar stuff, but they're making it to go to another engine.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, help us out here. Now, I think we're finally getting some love on the Gentry Hemis. A lot of
Oh
people are
yeah.
picking that stuff up now. So,
Yep. I
uh,
saw that Texas Speed and Performance is starting to put a lot of the Dodge Hemi parts out.
mm,
So
yeah, they got a line of camshafts. It's funny that engine with you run into some piston and valve clearance problems.
uh,
So it's like there's a spot that's like the biggest cam you can get with a stock piston, and everybody makes the biggest cam, right? And it'll be like 1 degree off at 50,000, the other guy, or 5,000 less lift or something. Does it
oh
really
yeah,
matter? I guess they don't want to be, saying they're copying other people's stuff, but at the end of the day, it's the biggest thing that'll fit in
right.
there. You can't do anything else.
Yep.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, um, let's talk about see, obviously a good driver. You had a lot of good success. And when when you show up on race day, how many times you walk the course and kind of walk us through your process with that?
So usually on a race day, I'll walk like locally, I'll at least walk the course a couple of times. When I'm at national level events, I'll try and get in four, at least four more course walks in. And one of the things that really helped me move to the next level as far as driving was that one year at nationals, I was walking the course and saw nine-time national champion Mark Madarash in the ESP class. I've been racing with Mark for quite a while, so I saw him and I did a course walk, and I just had him kind of walk me through. And with autocross, it really comes down to having the car in the right position to be able to drive the course fast. And he just opened my eyes to how to walk the course and how to look at it to where, you can carry speed or where to give it up so you have the car in the right place, to be able to carry the speed into that next element. Um, so doing that now, I mean and then that was the year that the very first, I think the very first day, I ended up, I was either leading the class or no, I was in second, I think, after day one on that particular year too. And so it definitely made a huge difference, and then I was trying to find Mark to walk the other course with me. So I think that's why I slipped back to six that year. So on the second day, I didn't have his wisdom on that second day, but I've been getting a lot better at reading the courses and stuff. And so yeah, a lot of times I get caught up walking courses with friends, and we end up starting to shoot the bull and stuff. So the biggest thing is just trying to get at least 1 to 2 in where you can kind of really concentrate and and see the course. And you know, so
Yeah. What's some important things to look for, you think, when you're walking?
the biggest thing is for me, uh, I'm always looking for key cones. Usually there's about four, you know, I mean, it all varies on how big the courses are and stuff, but you're going to be looking for these key spots where, you know, in order to not get lost on the course and, you know, looking ahead, you're always kind of looking for that next key to be, you know, getting that car in that position where you want it to be. So it's, I think, I think that, and one of the things I'd always do is, like even on slalom, some is small and on like slaloms, I'm always pacing the slaloms out every part, every cone because you know these guys get tricky sometimes. And they'll either start closing the gaps up just slightly as you're walking it, or they might start off tight and then open up, and knowing that right off the bat, you know, you're going to know how fast you can push yourself through the slalom. So I really, that's one thing I've always worked on, is trying to be really tight on slaloms and, just know how much speed I can carry in the different parts. So,
Mm. I feel like I've made some improvement on slaloms recently. Um, that I did Mo Party, right? It was the same course as LS Fest,
uh,
and they had that decreasing distance going through
yes,
the middle, and that was actually the first time I had seen that. So
yeah,
it took a minute to figure it out, and who know, you know, it sucks because I'll do like that big sweeper turn into the hairpin, and
yep.
like, oh, I did that good, and then I do the slalom, like, oh, I did that bad, and then the next time I'll screw up the sweeper, and then I'm like, oh, I nailed the slalom, and
Yeah,
I don't think I ever put together a run where I was 100% satisfied going through
yeah,
the lights, So,
yeah.
um,
That's always the tough thing about autocross is just trying to put it all together in one run, you know.
mhm, yeah,
So,
I had a buddy that he goes with me every year. He as a passenger, and if you ride enough, he'll be hollering at me, "Oh, this is a good one. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up." And then, or right off the bat, he's like, "Well, you screwed this one up." you know, it's like, well, thanks.
thanks, appreciate it.
So, uh, but I enjoyed the change of that course this year. Um,
Yeah.
it was pretty fun and fast. I like the faster courses. I'm sure you
Oh
do
yeah,
too.
same here.
You know. Is there a particular feature on courses that gives you fits, like Chicago box or
Uh,
decreasing radius turns?
I'll tell you, just the tight radius turns. I mean, for some reason, my car, I just when I get into the tight stuff, I also got my car set up to where I got a lot of rear end grip. So trying to get it through a tight turn is a little bit more of a challenge for me.
Mm,
Especially the biggest ones is when I have to go lock to lock. Is I'm looking at putting like I know Term One is working on a quicker ratio box for steering rack for the fourth gens.
mm,
So I'm hoping Junior gets that put out here soon, so we can throw that on the new car. So, but that would be huge, not having to crank the wheel as much on the super tight stuff. So
yeah. How many turns lock to lock is your car?
I think was it 2 3/4?
All right. Yeah. I'm right around two
Something.
and a half, and I'm always like,
Yeah,
man, I get Thunderbird, Mustang 2 style, whatever. And there's just nobody makes a faster. This what I have is the fast
right.
ratio,
Yeah.
and man, I think like a 1 3/4 turn would probably be good. I don't know what it'd be like on the street, but
Yeah.
I drive mine on the street a lot, so I, it'd probably be one of those things where I just deal with it.
Yeah. Oh
As
yeah.
long as I'm not swerving on the other lanes or anything, I'll be
Exactly.
fine. Um, I don't know how. I know they make those steering quickener things, but I
Yep.
don't I don't know how safe those are on the road.
Right.
The last thing I need is for the thing to strip out or something. The aluminum case to break into pieces, something
That'd be
like that.
bad.
That'd be real bad. But I
Yeah.
struggle in those kind of tight turns or like decreasing radius.
Yeah.
You know, I just did the cruising the coast autocross, and
Mhm.
man, I've never done a like a good guys, but I'd have to imagine that's what these things are like. It was like what was it like two? It was about 8 just sharp U turns.
Oh yeah.
Man, talk about wear out tires.
Yeah, that's one of those where you really have to have the car set up to where it's just literally pivoting right around those tight turns like that. That's
Mm.
you got to have the car sliding around, so you got to have it super loose in order to, get through a course like that. I never driven good guys, but it just looks painful to me.
Yeah. Well, now I think I've experienced it. But look, I consider myself a rookie at this, and I just set shocks where I normally set them, and I went out there and I'm like, I can't get this thing around these current turns. So
Yep.
I loosened everything back up. Not it's probably about 60% of where I usually run at. And I was like,
Uh,
oh well, this was so much better. Now the car's moving. It
yeah.
was just reacting too slow, you know.
Right.
And then I talked to Brian Finch, he does the C10 shares a ride deal
Uh-huh.
there. And what they do is they put the brake bias adjusters on the front and back. So when they're racing the tight courses, they give it more brake so they can just
There you go.
tap the brake and spin them
Yeah.
around. I'm
There
like,
you go.
I was thinking that's what I needed
Yeah.
to get around this
Something
thing.
as easy as that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was like, well, that probably would have worked. I mean, I was running within a second of what they were doing. Now,
Yeah.
who knows if they're giving people rides, so they're screwing around. I'm sure they'd be way faster if they were doing that, you know? Oh goodness. Um, let's talk about some events. I know you've done a lot. Uh, have you done Optima ever?
I have not. That's what I'm kind of building a new car
The new car.
for is for the Optima series. So this will have a stereo system in it and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, the car is primarily being built to compete in that series.
Yeah, well, that'll be fun.
So
Yeah, so cut weight, but add a bunch of other junk.
exactly. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Kind
Yeah.
of an
Pretty well.
oxymoron, right?
So more power.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, have you ever done any like an autocross week where you
I've not
try?
done the Autocross week. I know you had uh, Jake on one time
Hmm.
from St. Louis, and he did the autocross week, and he really enjoyed it. So that'll be on my to-do list, sometime down the road. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to possibly retire in a couple of years. We'll see. So if I do that, I got extra time because right now with all the events I'm doing, I pretty well got it laid out with my vacation, like most racers do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So what's on the schedule for next year?
definitely. I mean, definitely doing UMI, Muscle on the Mountain, King of the Mountain, as long as I make it. Oh, well, no, I already made it. So as long as you qualify in the top 18, you
Hmm.
automatically get an invite for next year. So, um, and then, yeah, Muscle on the Mountain. So far, have won the class every year for Muscle on the Mountain since they
Huh.
started it. So,
You got to
so
keep it up.
last year was kind of it kind of sucked because we didn't get to do the actual shootout part because it ended up raining the whole second day, and it was just not nonstop rain, so they weren't going to be able to get the second day of running in, so they ended up canceling it. So it was kind of crazy because I literally took the lead on the very last run on Friday
Hmm.
and ended up getting the win because it's like it sucks winning it that way, but ended up working out. So
Hmm.
and
Nice.
then so yeah, I do that. We'll do solo nationals again, and then might go down to LS Fest Texas possibly next year, and then trying to think of what else. Probably won't make it to LS Fest East. 'Cause it depends on if they move our run days to Thursday, Friday for next year for solo nats. So, but
Yeah. Was this your first year winning CAMT
it
at this?
was,
It
yeah,
was. Yeah.
yeah.
Had you podium there before?
No, I have not. I've had fourth place and back. I got quite a few trophies, but never was able to get on the podium. So, I mean, at nationals this year, I did my third run on the second day, and I was only a tenth behind on day about tenth and a half, I think, back from day one. I was sitting in third. And so going into day two, on my very last run, it was wet in the morning and the course was getting dried up as we were running. And apparently I took the lead on my last run because I was looking at the time and I knew some people ran faster than that, but so I wasn't really expecting when I came in to be in the top spot.
Hmm.
So when I get back to my grid position, my brother and sister-in-law were there and they're like, "Man, you're first." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." So it's like, so we're just kind of hanging out, and we're watching people run, and I got Mark Madrash behind me, Jinx Jordan, and Wayne Atkins and all these other really good drivers behind me. Chris Haydu was in the mix, and uh, and so they're all behind me in the running order, and I'm like just sweating because the course is just getting better and better.
Right.
These guys are out there running. I'm like, and then all of a sudden I see four cars come across the line like really slow. I'm like, oh, that's not good. There's
Hmm.
like four of the cars got reruns. I'm like, oh,
Ah.
you're, you're killing me, John. I mean, I got people coming up and congratulating me. I'm like, nope, stay back, stay
Nope,
back.
nope.
This is not over yet.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I was definitely freaking out. So but yeah, there's literally one guy, he needed a 54,008 to tie me,
Mm.
and he's one of the guys that got a rerun. He was sitting currently in third at that point, I think. No, maybe third or fourth. And he come across the line. He was the very last car and came across the line with a 54 too. And I was like, I could finally breathe.
Uh,
So yeah, it was pretty exciting. So it was one of those things where I was trying to go into nationals with I just wanted to have fun this year. I a lot of times just way overthink it,
mm.
and it's just like just relax. Like my wife tells me, she goes, "You know how to drive, just relax, just do your thing, and don't overthink it. Just have fun." And I'm like, and that's what I did. So it was awesome. So
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, how many cars in that class? Like 25,
there's
30?
we had 30, I think 38 with 38 or so at times, I think 38 cars or 38 drivers.
Yeah. Uh,
So
That's impressive. I mean, I I I'm still learning what fast is. Like not myself, what other people like.
right.
Like when I went up to St. Louis, it, I apologize we didn't get to talk more. The weather kind of
No, oh
screwed
no, that's all
all the
good.
socializing.
Yeah.
I was so cold and wet.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I really want to hang out with people, but I really also want to get in a warm
Yes.
coverage. But that was my first time, first visibility to anybody that is considered fast. And, although the weather wasn't cooperating on day one, day two is, I was able to see what fast
Oh
really
yeah.
is and how I compare it to fast, I got lucky and ended up higher placement there than I deserved, I think, because, uh, some people struggled in the wet
Right.
and,
Oh, I
and, uh,
I struggle in the wet.
Yeah. And then day two, they were throwing down times faster than me, but they couldn't, offset how much slower they were
Right.
than me
Yep.
in the day one. So, I got 10th, I don't know, out of what, 25 some odd people, but I certainly didn't deserve that. That's fine. you know.
Take it when you can, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It was my first time ever autocross and like trying in the rain,
Yeah.
So I was surprised how well the car did in the rain, because I mean, they trained at Mo Party before, but it's like, yeah, there's concrete wall around that thing. I'm not gonna try very
Yeah.
hard.
That's a little intimidating for
Yeah,
sure.
and then we had already had dry times. Well, I'm not gonna
Yep.
go faster in the rain,
Exactly. Yep.
So, but yeah, y'all are fast. That's all I gotta say. And I think that I guess in my mind, your car is probably relatively simple compared to some of the other guys that are super fast. Would you say that too?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you got some trickery in there, but it's not nothing, too crazy. Like I said, the decoupled torque arm is probably the most advanced thing that's probably in there as far as, something that you don't see every day. So,
Right. But
but
it's not a $50,000 chassis
no, no,
and
no,
$100,000 drivetrain.
no,
You know.
no, we're far from that. So,
Yeah, yeah. Which is cool. I like seeing people do more with less.
yeah,
It kind of opens up the ingenuity a little bit, and then I feel like it makes you forces you to be a little bit better driver.
yeah.
If those things are actually better to have when you drive. I don't know. I'll probably never drive a car with anything like that. Oh goodness. Um, let's see. All right, so all the races you've done, what's your favorite one?
Um, oh man, I'll tell you, probably one of my probably going up to UMI is probably my favorite. Just making the shootout for either Muscle on the Mountain or for King of the Mountain. Their shootout course is just a blast to drive. It's just so much fun. I mean, they use up every piece of track out there, and you're on the banking and I mean, they have a lot of high speed stuff. There's a couple of sections where we're definitely hitting third gear, going something down some straightaways and then dipping right back down into a Chicago box. And, you know, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, that's probably one thing I hear the most is people that make the shootout. Uh, you got one chance to advance, or you're done. So you get one run, you're done. So a lot of people are like, man, I just wish I could have had a second run, on that course.
Don't we
But
all?
it's just so much fun, they don't care if if
Uh,
they win the thing. It's like it's a blast to drive. So
yeah. Not to mention they got a bunch of cool hot rods that go up to those
oh
races.
yeah, people are awesome. The UMI crew is great to hang out with, and it attracts a lot of the top drivers from around the country, and just it's really a great atmosphere up there.
Um, all right, some random stuff. Uh, what was your first hot rod?
My first hot rod. Well, my dad was a Ford salesman as I was growing up, so my first hot rod was a '79 Mustang Fox body
Hmm.
hatchback. So we took a 302 and just did a really mild, build, just kind of freshened it up and threw it in there. And we threw it had an automatic at the time, even though my first car was a clutch. Um, this one had an automatic in it, so we put a shift kit in it. So it was a lot of fun to drive. You hit second gear and it just squawked the tires all the time.
Yeah,
So it was a lot of fun to drive. So,
yeah. It
but,
didn't influence you to want to make a Mustang race car?
uh, I mean, I just did, at that time, I never had the funds to really build a car
Hmm.
when I was growing up. And when I went into the Navy, I bought an '89 Mustang LX 5 liter, and that thing was a hoot to drive. And then sold it. I was stationed up in Whidbey Island, Washington State. And when I sold that car, bought a truck, drove a truck around for a little bit. It had like a 429 big block in it. I mean, that thing, you want to talk about sucking fuel.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
it was horrible. So only had that for like 3 months and sold it. And then ended up picking up a '69 Mustang Fastback.
Nice.
That's the car I wish I still had.
Yeah. There's always one, huh?
I regret selling that one. So
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's
yeah, I
a
sold it to buy a Factory 5 Cobra, and I bought just half the kit for the time being. I was like, "Oh, I'll build the first half, and then once I'm ready for the second half, I'll just buy the second half and then, finish building it." And so I had the first half, started, doing some stuff on it, and then I found out that Factory 5 was getting sued by Carroll Shelby, and I'm like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" And I'm like, I don't want to get stuck with just half the kit, so I ended up putting it up for sale, and a guy down in Savannah, Georgia, ended up buying it from me. I ended up getting all my money back off. He paid me to drive it or drop it down to or bring it to him, and he even took us out. It was our tour guide for like 3 days in Savannah. He's like, "Stay in Savannah. I'll drive you all around and show you the place." And yeah, so it was a good time. So that
Good.
actually worked out all right, but
Yeah.
still ended
Yeah.
up out in
And
a car in the end.
and Factory 5 is still around too.
Yes, they are. They made it through both lawsuits from Carroll Shelby. So
I didn't know they were getting sued, but
yeah.
which is weird though, because there's other people that make those replicas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they went after Factory Five. I think they were like one of the biggest or one of the best companies as far as how many, I don't know if they went out after them because they were like the most popular at the time because of
Mm,
affordability and all that good stuff. So who
yeah,
knows?
who knows? I think there's one that actually makes aluminum bodies for them too. Um, I don't know. I don't know where they are, but
Yeah,
you think you'd go after them,
yeah,
but who
yeah,
knows?
exactly.
I guess he's not going after anybody anymore
Nope.
now.
Nope. I was out at San Francisco one time. Me and my wife went out for a weekend trip out to San Fran, and we rented a Corvette for the day and drove up to. We were going to drive up to Napa Valley. And we stopped at Infineon Raceway out there, and the NorCal Cobra Club just happened to be out there racing that day. And so I was talking to a guy that had a Factory Five Cobra, and he ended up giving me a bumper sticker that says "Honk, I'm being or honk if you're being sued by Carroll Shelby." Sticker or something like that. So I still got that up in my work off in my cubicle at work yet. So
Yeah, nice. Oh goodness. I kind of wish you'd see more of those on the autocross.
yeah.
I've seen a couple. I think, well, actually, I don't know if it's Factory 5. The guy that won LS Fest was in some one of a Cobra replica, wasn't
Yep.
he?
Yeah. I don't think it was a Factory Five. Yeah, that was oh man, I'm brain farting.
Yeah, the racing family, Unser,
Yes,
Usner.
Unser's, yeah,
Yeah,
Robbie Unser.
yeah. Kind of hard to beat people that have that last name.
Yeah. I did beat Mr. Unser up at Nationals one year. He was racing in the Cam Challenge Invitational up there and beat Al Unser Jr. So
Hmm, that's
so I
cool.
got a picture of him, with my trophy and stuff. That was pretty cool. So
Yeah, that is cool. What you hold in the trophy, right?
yeah,
Just so everybody knows who won it, right?
yeah, super nice guy though, man. Really down to earth.
Unlimited budget to build a CAM-T car. What you building?
Ooh. I keep looking at like Facebook Marketplace and looking at all these older cam cars or older cars and like, ooh, that'd be kind of a fun car to build. And man, that's a tough one. I do have a 68 Mustang. I would actually would like to build a 69 fastback. 69 fastback's my favorite year. I would love, that's one car that I just don't see, you don't see any 69s or 70s out
Mm,
there in the pro touring world, and I think that'd just be a something different and just a really cool car to build. So,
mm. We got he lives kind of far away, but he usually comes to our local SCCA once a year, and he was just there 2 months ago. I think it's a 69 coupe.
uh,
And, but,
it's got to be a fastback. I'm
uh, uh,
sorry, I
you
can't
know,
do the coupe. I gotta have a fastback.
but look, no argument there. But this car is cool. I really need
Oh
to
yeah.
get him on the show. He's got a Coyote with the
Oh
DCT and the
nice. Oh
IRS, and
nice.
you
Sounds
know,
like he's got set up right.
he
So,
just put the DCT in it. So
oh nice.
he was, and of course it rained that day, so he was trying to figure it all out still. But
Yeah.
it's funny because when I first met him, he still had the 289 in it. He's bouncing that sucker off the limiter,
Yeah.
floating valves and everything.
Oh yeah.
But he was hauling. He was fast, and it's funny because then I saw him I think last year and he had the Coyote in it, and then this year he showed up and he had the DCT in it. So
Nice.
I'm like, what are you gonna have next time you come here next year? you know. So, but
Just keep
he's doing
going.
the same thing though. He's ultimately wants to get to the Optima events.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
yeah, he's got radio in it and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You know, the Cam Legal Arrow, the big
yeah, yeah, exactly.
spoiler and splitter and all that stuff. So, but it's a cool car. So, um, we can start to wrap it up there. Where can people find you? And do you have any sponsors you want to shout out to?
Yeah. So UMI is sponsoring me along with Viking Shocks. I've partnered with both of them. They're working with me to help build the second car. Um, so we're getting all of our parts through them for suspension. Uh, so we've been having a winning combination with, that's what's on the car now. So I think it's going to be a good match going forward. So yeah, they're helping out. We're going to be definitely working on some more sponsors coming up here when we go out to PRI show in Indianapolis in December. So
Mm.
talking to a lot of the vendors out there, but try and pick up a few more.
Yeah. Are you bringing your car to PRI?
No, not this year.
Okay.
I got to bring my car to PRI, I guess the first when they when they had the first Muscle on the Mountain
Mm.
out at UMI. They invited me to have the car in the booth, so that was kind of a lifelong
That's
dream of.
cool.
It's like, man, I never thought about, it's like I never thought I'd have my car at like a big show like that. And when
Mm.
they asked me, I mean, I was just ecstatic. And then the reality hit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing is rough, and I need a. I can't tell you how much I buffed that, or how many hours of buffing I had. It was the cleanest the car has ever been. So,
Yeah, that's
that
funny.
was everybody's comment. It was like, man, I've never seen this car this clean.
It probably hadn't done that since, huh?
Yeah, no, it's race car.
It's a race car, right? Yeah, and they definitely get chipped up on from
Oh
rocks
yeah,
and stuff. Jeez, oh,
yeah,
Pete's.
for sure.
I'm just beyond that now. I'm just accepting it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you have any social media where you post car stuff?
Yeah, on my regular Facebook page, I'll post stuff, but we also have Mallrich Motorsports on both Facebook and Instagram. So trying to trying to build the channel up a little bit, and we also put up a Mallrich Motorsports YouTube channel too. But trying to get that going. I started doing some videos on the new car and just haven't had any time whatsoever to get back out there to work on the car. So we're hoping to get the car switched out and get the new car up to our garage after the IRS gets put in, and to where I can get some good progress in on the car and get it going. So,
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, I think we can wrap it up here.
all right, sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right, JJ. Thanks for being on the show, man. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Later, everybody.